Welcome to a brand new episode of the Being Podcast, a safe space I've created for us to come together and to really just lean in and on to one another as we continue to tweak the ways in which we believe, engage, innovate, navigate, and gain in every area of our lives. I am your host, your girl Jada, and here we go. Another week is upon us. First of all, really quick, if you did not catch last week's episode, I think the platform I'm using, it threw me off a little bit. They're changing a few things. And so it took me a while to realize and get in there and figure out how to post it. But if you listen to it, thank you. If you haven't, go check it out. It was really about being okay when things don't work out the way that you necessarily have planned for them to work out, right? And so this week, I wanted to go into that just a little bit more because, like I said, I'm going to give y'all my 100% transparent, honest self because I know no other way to be, right? And so with that, I personally just had I had a therapy session and I'm going through like, okay, this is what's been happening for the past couple of weeks and kind of like very surface level. And not because I don't trust her, because she's amazing. And I've only really, no, I've seen her and one other person, and that other person was through military means. But in terms of me personally looking for someone to go and just have an outlet and to gain perspective that was unbiased, I've been seeing my therapist, oh my gosh, since like 2017. So she's amazing. So I'm not like glossing over things because, there's anything wrong with that. But I was just like, dang, I just saw you 2 weeks ago. But I had already planned the appointment. So I was like, cool, we just gonna roll with it. And so I'll be honest, like the past few, I go into it and I'm like, I don't think I really have much to say. Life is going pretty good right now. I have no major complaints, and that's a blessing, right? But then my friends who have also been in therapy, they're like, just get in there, start talking. Something is going to come up, right? So fast forward to us now connecting again. If you're seeing me, you're seeing all of this, right? All this expression. And if you're listening to me, thank you for that too. But here we are. Here we are. And this is literally on the heels of me having an appointment like 2 days ago. So I'm talking and it just kind of hits me and I'm like, you know what? Like, okay, here's what's going on here. And this is what's going on here. And it was great because I had just gone to Houston to hang out with my lovely, lovely line sister so that we could just have time bonding. It was also an opportunity for me to just have time for myself, which I highly encourage to any and everybody, not just my mamas, not just my busy women, career climbers, but for all of us, no matter what your life looks like, we all deserve, and we can just flourish when we have time, like intentional time for us. And so I have started to do that. I'm like, okay, quarterly, mama gonna need a staycation, or go do something just with me, myself. And it was nice. And I was able to go down and do that and spend time. And, Friday though, right before I left, like all three of my kids were wilding out at school. Like I'm getting notes from the teachers. I'm like, what is going on? I had an unfortunate situation at work. Like it was just really super crazy. So I needed the time alone for one. And for two, I was just like, I am really frustrated. And I couldn't quite, like dealing with the stuff with the kids, dealing with the stuff with work. That's going to happen, right? My husband and I were both doing, I'm traveling, he's traveling. So we're like ships, passing through the night. So all of these things I get can trigger that, but I'm like, there is something more to it. It has to be something more to it. And so I had kind of thought about it, but I didn't really think about it. So coming back up to present 2 days ago, I'm sitting up here sharing all this stuff with my therapist and like, yeah, this and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, about 15 minutes till it's time to be like, all right, see you in 2 weeks. I was like, you know what? I do need your help. And if this is you, please let me know, because for one, I definitely believe that we are better together. We're stronger together than when we're apart. I am also a firm believer that no one is going through whatever they're going through, like they're the only ones this has ever happened to. I don't believe that. So if you are feeling what I'm about to share, please let me know. So I'm like, okay, I am reacting in ways that I don't want to react. I am showing up in ways that do not align with who I am and who I am working to even become, right? So I'm doing these 90-day devotionals. I'm trying to learn more about myself. I'm trying to draw closer to God, trying to do all these things, right? And so I'm like, whether it is my girl twin, and if you're a mama and you get this, right? Like I've read like the one, your child that is the most like you is the one that you have the most conflict with. Definitely me and baby girl twin, right? So she's kind of wilding out a little bit. There's some stuff that's not quite aligning with me and the husband. Some work stuff that's throwing me off a bit. Some friendships that are not friendships, a friendship that has taken a turn again, right? So all of these different things. And I'm like, okay, but girl, you the common denominator. Like, what is it? And I'm like, therapist, I need to understand. And I need you to help me in identifying and working on what is inside of me that is being triggered, being poked by various people, right? It's not like all the same type person. So for me, I'm like, there has to be something, right? That's a little bit deeper. And I don't, I told her, I said, I feel like Paul, like if you read and follow the Bible, right? Like Paul is like, okay, the things I don't want to do, I do. The things I wish I could do, I'm not doing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's me, to an extent, because I don't want to react in these ways. And I'm like, but why am I going from like 0 to 100 in like 3 seconds? Why is this happening? And so we're still having to work through that. I have no answer for y'all yet. But if that is you, like if you are looking at it, you're like, why is it no matter what the circumstance, I'm the common denominator and I am reacting or ready to react in the same manner, regardless of whoever it is, right? So I am coming to her saying, look, I'm gonna need some help with this. And I'm just telling y'all, your girl Jada does not have it all figured out. I come out here, I am so grateful, so blessed to be able to have this platform for whoever is listening and sharing. Thank you so much. But I am just sharing me and what I experience or what I know is going on, right? And bringing that so that I'm not feeling alone in this. I don't want you feeling alone in this. And for us to share with each other. So it's like, hey, you know what? I tried this. Or what about this? Or have you looked at this, right? That's what this is about. This is what this community is about. Like, let's come together and let's help each other through these things that make this thing called life. So the thing I really wanted to get to this week though, was what I tell myself most times, what I tell my girlfriends all the time, and what I even tell my children. I'm like, number one, life is gonna life. Okay. And in that, sorry, they're cutting the grass. So if you hear that, no, never mind, right? But life is going to life. Things are going to happen. Things are going to come at you that you're not expecting or wanting or whatever it is, right? But how you choose to react to it that's what really matters. But the first step is feel the feels. And I talked about this yesterday. If you follow me on social media, I talked about it. Feel the feels. Like things are going to happen. Life is going to happen. And we have to just learn how to adapt to it. Doesn't mean that we have to like it. Doesn't mean that we have to like embrace it. But life is going to life. And so when it happens, whether it's something good, whether it's something bad, whether it's something sad, maybe it's very joyous. Like those are the ones we want, right? And we want to bask in those moments, right? But in the ones that are not so pleasant, we don't want to just discard them. We don't want to just like sweep it under the rug or be like, "Ooh, I'm just going to ignore it. That didn't really happen. Let me turn it." No, because we have to deal with things for what they are. We have to deal with people for who they are. Just like we're able to change, they're able to change. But right now in this present moment, they are who they are, right? And so in saying all of that, it doesn't mean that you're giving permission for that stuff to impact you, but it does give you the power to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to be in this moment. I'm going to feel whatever I'm feeling. And especially, and this is more so like for the not so great, right? So maybe the more negative or not so happy or pleasant or whatever, right? So, but give yourself that permission to just live in that for a minute. Bring that in, think about it, feel it, and then say, okay, but what is it that I really want to get out of this? How do I turn it around so that I'm not stuck here? That to me, for me, and I'm going to say for you, that is what's really important. How do you push past? How do you learn from it so that you can say, okay, you know what? The next time something like this happens, because life on life, the next time something similar to this happens, okay, let me be more aware of it because I've kind of seen it. And now I have this tool, this skill, this trick, this hack, whatever you want to call it, so that maybe you can bounce out of it sooner. Still feel the feel, but it's like, okay, cool. You see it for what it is and you move on and you're better for it, right? Because all of these things that come up in our lives, that's what makes us who we are. And so I just want you to know that you are not wrong. You are not bad. You are not anything. You are human and you are beautiful and you are blessed. And yes, the rain is going to come just like the sun comes. And it is okay for you to take a moment and feel the feels, but then we're going to bounce back. We're going to get out of that and we're going to keep moving forward. Now, if it's good stuff, bask in that and see how you can get more of it, right? Because we're all about getting the things that are going to pour into us, that are going to make us feel good and just make us show up confidently and pour into other people, right? So not discarding those things. So feel all of the feels and just don't feel bad for it, all right? So not that you need permission, but I'm going to let you know, girl, if you need to, feel the feels. It's okay. The world is not going to go away on this day, right? So take that time, feel what you need to feel, embrace it. And for me, I guess one thing she did tell me, and I'm gonna get up out of here because I've been on here for a minute. One thing she did tell me, and I'm such a proponent of this, is to journal, to get it out of your head and get it on paper. And that's something I'm actually working on with a friend. And so I too am going to do that, like get it out and then probably start making connections and seeing like, how does that come up? Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? And how can I, react better to that? So more to come on that, but I just want you to know, if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. Let me know how you feel. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this. Thank you for just staying with me. I am still working on some stuff. I'm in a course that's going to take a few more months just to make this as great as it can be for you, for me, for us. So until then, though, I'm going to be here every Wednesday in your ear or in your face if you're watching me on the YouTube channel. And I just thank you for spending this little bit of time with me this week. All right. See you soon. Bye.